Speaking. Hello?
Yes, sir. Am I speaking to a Bobby Taylor?
You are.
10-4, sir. This is Sergeant Brown. I'm contacting you from the Fulton County Sheriff Department. How you doing today?
I'm doing. How about yourself?
10-4, sir. Before I do proceed with any legal information, Mr. Taylor, I must inform you that these phone calls are being recorded and monitored for your safety well in my department. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
10-4. Mr. Taylor, sir, this is a courtesy call from the Civil Division screening from the missed court appearance. It says here that we received proper documentation from the U.S. District Court that you were scheduled to appear before the Honorable Judge Michael, W. Michael Harris, sir, this morning at 9 a.m. to be screened to be given a possible extra material or a character witness testimony in an upcoming trial. And you failed to appear, Mr. Taylor, or have anyone speak on your behalf. Do you have any reason for your absence?
Absolutely. I have no notification of appearance in any court. Where was the notification sent to me at?
10-4, Mr. Taylor, sir. Are you sure you never received any notification, sir? Because it state here that a subpoena was hand delivered by two uniform officers, one being a carrier and one being a witness at the address, sir.
What address? Absolutely not. What's the address?
10-4. So that would be a 650 Plymouth Drive, Leo Avenue, Northeast Atlanta, Georgia 30308.
Absolutely not. That's my business address. They didn't deliver anything to me. Is there a date on that delivery?
10-4,
They
Mr.
may.
Mr. Taylor. So essentially, these is a federal hearing, sir. So essentially, you are mandated to appear to a multi-district litigation hearing for a federal jury selection. So essentially, a jury selection is picked based upon your occupation or your experience. Do you understand that? That is why the documentation was sent over to your work resident.
Right. Did that documentation require a signature?
10-4, Mr. Taylor. So essentially, these documentation had to be hand delivered and signed for. So essentially, they were a signature forwarded back to the courthouse, stating that you were to appear and that you were properly notified of that court appearance. Are you stating over the line, sir, that you did not receive such documentation, Mr. Taylor?
I have not, and I have not signed anything. I would like to see that signature.
10-4, sir. I will be having that QR over to you in a brief moment, sir. I would have to go over what transpired down here. Do you understand that?
I understand that.
10-4. So, Mr. Taylor, sir, is there anybody at your residence who could have signed that documentation on your behalf without properly notifying you, sir?
Yeah, I guess, but no one has told me anything about no documentation or given me any documentation about court for jury selection or anything. I haven't received anything.
10-4. Do you
Or
stating that over the quarter monitor line, Mr. Taylor? I will be placing a DNR down here in your file. Do you understand what a DNR is, sir?
absolutely not.
10-4. So a DNR is you essentially stating over the line that you did not receive such documentation, nor did you. I stated before, Mr. Taylor. So essentially, these are certified documentation. So these documentation had to be hand delivered and signed for. Do you understand that? The only reason why you are getting an initial call from the sheriff department, sir, because we were happy to believe that you were properly notified of that court date. So once you did miss that court date, by law, the honorable judge, were forced to pass 92 Class C misdemeanor warrant on your behalf, sir. One being an FTA, which is the failure to appear, and the other one being a contempt of court. Mr. Taylor, sir, both of these are currently at a pending status. So we are trying to get you down here to the Fulton County Sheriff Department so we can get this matter resolved before it get any worse. Do you understand that?
I understand that. I just haven't received anything I or signed for anything. What, what was the
Excuse me.
date? I'm sorry. What was the date it said it was delivered?
10-4. So essentially, these documentation was sent over on it. So your court date, the documentation was sent 30 days prior to your court date, sir. So essentially, it state here that the documentation was delivered on the date of January the 15th.
Absolutely not. I was just I was just there yesterday. I got no mail from any court came from me. I got one piece of mail from my insurance company. Nothing from a court. Nothing about nobody signing nothing for me because they can't sign for me. I would like to see a signature of who signed if I didn't sign. Uh, something is going on.
10-4, Mr. Bobby. So we're not here to point fingers and say that we do not believe you, sir. Do you understand that? You are just essentially, there's some protocol we do have to undergo once, a person do miss a court appearance. Once you do miss a court appearance, sir, that can be county, state, or federal. Essentially, deputies are dispatched out and taken to custody. But in your status, sir, due to the fact that you are a low-risk offender and a low risk to commit a crime, what the judge had granted you for this courtesy call. Do you understand that, sir?
I understand that.
10-4. So, Mr. Taylor, we are trying to get you down here, at Fulton County Sheriff Department. We are located at 185 Central Avenue, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia, 30303, sir. So, essentially, once you do get down here, Mr. Taylor, you understand, sir, what you will be undergoing?
Not really. In the beginning, you said I was coming about being a witness, and then you said it's about jury selection. Which is it? I mean, what was the
10-4,
letter
sir.
about?
So essentially, you are mandated to appear for a multi-district litigation hearing where you were, supposed to give your expert opinion in relation to a case. Do you understand that, sir?
No. What case? Have I been put on a case to be a witness
No,
for? Well, I mean,
Mr.
what?
Taylor, sir, you are not going to trial. You are not the one at trial. You were just summoned for a federal jury selection. So you're not the one that was on trial, sir. You was just, there to give your opinion in relation to this case that were, ongoing.
That's fine. Okay. I'll be
10-4,
I'll be
sir.
I'll okay. I'll be back in Atlanta tomorrow. I can come down then.
Sir, essentially, Mr. Taylor, due to the fact that we have made initial contact with you, what the judge did place on your file, sir, it's just courtesy call. So essentially, we have to keep this call going until we do get you over your documentation and do get you down here on government grounds so we can get this matter resolved. So essentially, sir, you cannot disconnect this call, Mr. Taylor, sir, until you are properly informed of such matter, and we do have you down here on government ground. You understand that?
Right. I am informed, but I'm in Savannah
10-4,
working.
sir.
I cannot stay on the phone from now until tomorrow.
Mr. Taylor, so
Um.
I do understand what you're stating, sir, but just hear me out, sir. These are a federal matter. So essentially you will be able to get your legal affair handled county by county, state by nationwide. So essentially you will have to notify me your local jurisdiction, that is your local sheriff's department, so we can contact him and notify them that you are en route down there to get this matter resolved. Once you do get down there, Mr. Taylor, sir, so essentially what you will be going is a signature analysis procedure. Do you understand what a signature analysis procedure is, sir?
Absolutely not. That's not common knowledge to regular citizens. No, I don't know what that is.
10-4. So essentially, Mr. Taylor, so it's sitting to analysis procedure because we cannot simply just say that you're lying or say that that you did commit this crime, that you did not attend to court. So without us having any further investigation, we cannot just simply say that that you are convicted of this crime. So what we have to undergo is have you come
Oh,
down here. So we have to have you come down at your state you are in Savannah, sir. Where are you located in Savannah as of now?
you said you keep saying I about this crime I committed. What crime? I thought I was coming about somebody else's
Sir,
trial, but now I committed a crime.
no, sir. The crime such that their signature being forwarded on your behalf, and you're not appearing to the court date. That's the only crime that you are facing as of now, sir. As I stated, you're not in any trouble. Those FTA and contempt of court are currently at a frozen static. They are at a pending static, sir. So we are reaching out to you so we can get you down here. So do you understand? Once you did miss that court appearance, the Honorable Judge will force to pass 92 Class C misdemeanor, sir. One being a contempt of court, the other one being a failure to appear. Now, essentially, that these two subpoena charges are placed on a complete frozen static before you arrive down here, so we can't undergo the signature analysis procedure. Sir, that would be us taking 3 series of your signature to compare it with the one that was signed and sent back to the department. Do you understand that? If we could provide through this process that was not your
Wow,
signature, Mr. Taylor. Hello, sir.
I'm here.
Yeah, 10-4. So we could provide through this process that was not your signature. And what we would do is have the court judge sign off on an order to get the charge currently expunged against you. Do you understand that, sir?
Okay.
10-4. So give me a brief moment. I will be placed you in a brief administration hold so I can get the documentation cured over to you, sir, so you can see what we do have down here on government ground. So, you won't just I won't be stating anything barbaric. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
10-4. So give me a brief moment. I place you in a brief administration hold. Mr. Taylor, do not disconnect this call.
Copy that.
Okay, Mr. Taylor, sir, I do have confirmation from the UA District Attorney that these documentation have been sent over to you. As of now, we'll give you a brief moment to go over that signature so you can see if that is your indeed signature or if that not your signature, sir.
I'm looking at it right now, and this signature starts with a P. My name is Bobby Taylor, not Paul. None of that. So no, this is not my signature.
10-4, Mr. Taylor. So with that being said, that means that you have no reason, you have no reason of not coming down here to undergo that signature analysis procedure. It's due to you stating over the line that that's not your signature. Do you understand that? So you would have no reason, and you not, compromising and getting this, put behind it. Do you understand that, Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
10-4. So you stated that you're not in our jurisdiction. So as of now, where are you located, sir?
I'm coming out of Savannah.
10-4. Because essentially, Mr. Taylor, sir, you understand that you do have this citation, and what you would have to undergo, sir, is you do have two options to getting this alleviated as of today, Mr. Taylor. You understand me, sir?
You haven't said the options yet.
10-4. So your legal or standard operation procedure (SOP). Do you understand what that is, Mr. Taylor?
That's not common public knowledge. No, I do not.
10-4. So a legal or standard operation procedure, sir. So now that will be you essentially choosing to turn yourself in. We will be taken to our custody. We will be brought down here to be processed, and that means that you will be booking and fingerprinting, Mr. Taylor, and your mugshot will be taken. You will be stripped down and changed out into jail inmate uniform. We will be placed inside a holding cell, which is normally already packed for the maximum 72 hours, waiting on the magistrate judge to set bail, because there is no preset bail for FTA, sir. Once you have seen the magistrate judge and you have set that bail, you will have to post that, Mr. Taylor. Then you will be released with an expected court appearance that you will have to attend to. That you'll be facing anywhere from a fine to a fee, or to a probation period of time, or even 1 year incarceration. Do you understand that, sir? All that is decided by the court. That is your legal or standard operation, your civil right. That is that criminal procedure,
Okay, go ahead.
sir. And you also have the civil procedure I stated before. So that's essentially your criminal procedure or your civil procedure. You are also eligible to go through the civil procedure, sir. So that take place is you undergoing that signature analysis procedure. We will be taking 3 receipts of your signature, sir, to compare with the one that was signed and sent back to our resident. But due to the fact that you do have the citation on your behalf, the FTA and contempt of court, sir, for you to step foot on government property, for this civil process to take place, you have you undergo that signature analysis procedure. But we cannot have you come down here without your warrant being uplifted. Do you understand what a warrant is, Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Sir, so for that to take place, sir, we have to have you go through the NCIC warrant uplifting protocol. That requires for you to post to security or collateral in the form of bond. Do you understand what a bond is, sir?
Yes.
10-4. So do you understand a bond is the collateral used as an insurer that you will assure to complete a process and not attempt to flee in a loop? And sir, once you do come down here and undergo that signature analysis procedure, and it shows that that it is not your signature and that you now properly notified of that court appearance, sir, we will be alleviating that FTA and contempt of court that will place on your behalf, and also be giving you a new court date, sir. And before you leave the sheriff's department today, you will be receiving that bonded amount back in a cashier check before you leave our sheriff's department. Do you understand that?
Yes.
10-4. So as of now, Mr. Taylor, I would essentially need for you to state your first and your last name over the court monitor line, sir, and which option that you will be undergoing. That civil procedure, that civil procedure, you placing your citation on a frozen static, so you can't undergo that signature analysis procedure, so you can't be among the population until due time, or that criminal procedure, you're coming down here to turn yourself in.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, what would I be fleeing or eluding? I haven't done anything. I mean, I haven't received notification. I haven't signed anything. But now
10-4.
it's like I'm the criminal, and now I'm fleeing and eluding something just for
No,
you guys
no,
wanting me to come to court.
no, sir. So essentially, we're not saying that you are a criminal here, sir. I do understand the inconvenience of you saying that you're not properly notified, the court appearing that you're not properly, properly, informed of the court date, sir. So the civil procedure is you essentially, placing your citation on frozen static to state that, yeah, I have no knowledge of this. Yeah, I'm sure that this is not my signature, so I will be placing my bond on my warrant on a frozen status, so I can't stay among the population to undergo that signature analysis procedure. When that procedure do take place, sir, and so that you are not properly notified, you will be receiving that bonded amount back today, as I stated, for you, the sheriff department. And that criminal procedure, sir, that is you coming down here, turn yourself in. We'll be waiting for 72 hours, wait on the magistrate or judge, to state that you are innocent and that's not your signature. You understand?
Absolutely.
10-4. So as of now, Mr. Taylor, I would need for you to state your first and your last name, sir, and which option that you will be undergoing, that civil procedure or that criminal procedure.
Bobby Taylor.
10-4, sir. And
Yeah.
which procedure would you be undergoing as of today, sir? Would you be placing your warrant on a frozen status? Will you be coming down here to turn yourself in?
Today, I'm not. I mean, and on this that I received a text for, it's a defendant. What am I a defendant of?
Sir, Mr. Taylor, sir. So essentially, once you did miss that court appearance, sir, due to the fact that this is a federal matter, so this is not the typical county or county state, jury selection. This is a federal hearing. But once you did miss that court appearance, by law, the honorable judge will force to pass down into Class C misdemeanor. It's like they
Okay.
stated before, Mr. Taylor, sir. These are not, these are just at a pending state. The only reason why we had made this courtesy call to you is due to the fact that you are a low-risk citizen, low-risk to commit a crime. So you have been granted for the courtesy call. That's the only reason why your warrant is not, at an active status. You understand that?
Right.
So
Right.
we're making this call to you now, sir, to figure out, which way you'll be undergoing. Either because once this phone call is disconnected, Mr. Taylor, without us having proper, information that you will be placing your bond on a frozen status, or that you will be coming down here to turn yourself in. Once this phone call is disconnected without us docking that down for documentation, then the warrant will be active and then we'll be sending a deputy out to dispatch.
Right. Right. What's your name again?
Sir, you are speaking to a Sergeant Brown. That'll be a Joseph Brown. My badge number is 852788, and I am contacting you from the Fulton County Sheriff Department, sir.
Okay. Because this seemed to be really extreme, all because I didn't receive anything from you guys, and I didn't sign anything from you guys. You just sent me what was signed, and it's not my name. And
10-4, sir. So
this
you
is
stating that
it's
it's not your
really
name,
extreme for that.
Mr. Taylor, sir.
And
You stating that it's not your
notifying me,
name, sir. You have nothing to worry about.
and you only notifying me about going to jury selection. It ain't even about me. But all of a sudden, it seems like everything is now about me. And I'm
No, sir, Mr. Taylor, sir. The only reason why the reason why we have contacted you is because we were prompted to be notified that that was not your signature. So we're just not being aware due to us making contact with you and you stating over this line that is not your signature.
right.
But
But
you
so if
essentially
it's
stating over the quarter monitor line, sir, that's not your signature won't be enough to get this matter resolved. You understand that?
correct, so if it's not my signature, why would I turn myself in to be arrested for something that's not my signature?
Sir,
You
because
understand what I'm saying?
just you stating over the line that that's not your signature, sir, won't be enough. We need
The
your presence
signature.
down here so we can undergo the signature analysis procedure, taking 3 series of your signature on the digital dashboard to compare with the one that was sent back to the courthouse. That's the only way
The
that we
sig-
can.
right. The signature start with a whole nother letter that's not my name. So I mean,
10-4,
it's
sir. That's what I did ask. Is
obvious.
there anybody at your resident who could have signed in on your behalf without properly notifying you, Mr. Taylor?
Nobody at my residence has a name start with a P and U L. That's as if it's Paul something. I don't know no Paul. That's looking at the signature. Not me or anybody I know name is Paul. So and there's you said turn myself in because someone signed a signature that says Paul, and I don't know a Paul. No one could have signed Paul for me.
10-4, Mr. Taylor, sir. So you do not essentially have to turn yourself in, sir. You can, as I stated before,
That
to
was the
you
option you gave me.
you can, sir, as I stated before, that is the criminal procedure. That would be you stating that, I just want to come down here, and turn myself in until I can get my upcoming court date. As I stated to you before, sir, you have been granted for a civil procedure due to the fact that you are a low-risk citizen. For that civil procedure to take place, Mr. Taylor, you would have to place your citation on the frozen static. Sir, do you understand that both of these citations do come with a retaining amount of $2,000, sir? So you would have to place a full bonded amount of $4,000. That would be in cash. So it would not accept any credit card, debit card, due to all the fraud.
For what?
You understand that?
Right. Okay. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to call my lawyer. I know you told me this line is recorded on your end. It's also recorded on my end. So I'm going to forward this recording to them and let them advise me to the action I should take. Because,
10-4, Mr. Taylor, sir, as I stated to you before, sir, the only way your lawyer can get involved is once you are taken into custody, sir. If you're not already in custody yet, sir, there's no reason of you contacting your lawyer. If I
yes,
had informed you of what transpired and how to get this matter resolved, you understand that?
my lawyer can advise me without being involved based off this conversation. He can advise me on the action I should take from this point without knowing anything else about whatever else. Just off this whole conversation, be advised on my action.
10-4, Mr. Taylor. So as an announcer, I would just simply need for you to notify me, what you will be undergoing a civil procedure and a criminal procedure. Because I stated to you before, once this phone call is disconnected and we do not have down here on government ground that you are coming down here, sir, that is when deputy will be
Right.
dispatched out.
That, hey, I haven't done anything. It's like like it's ice on some Mexicans. You, I'm just you guys contacted me about going to jury trial. Someone signed my
Mr. Taylor,
name,
sir,
I
you
guess.
stated to us that you have done nothing that you not had no word, you had no knowledge of
Right.
such signature and that you're not aware of this, sir. So if you're stating all this over the court of monitor line, sir, that means that you have no problem in coming down here to undergo the signature analysis, sir. You're acting as if you did sign it or you forgot about it, sir. That's how you're acting as an announcer. If I just state to you, sir, that we have a signature down here on file and we're trying to compare your signature to the one that was sent back to the courthouse, and you stating over the line that that's not your signature, you have no knowledge of that, sir, you have nothing to worry about, Mr. Taylor.
I'm not worried about it, but it's anything. But it's obvious it's not my signature. My name is Bobby. That's like Paul something. So that's obvious. No matter what either of us say, that's obvious it's not my signature. So a signature analysis is like mute because it's obvious on sight. I don't spell my name with a P. I mean, so I'm going to get advised by my attorney on what I should do. He tell me to come down, I'm coming down. He tell me to call, I'll call, he'll call somebody. But this is very extreme for jury selection.
Therefore, Mr. Taylor, so you are stating over the line that you will be taking further legal action as you proceed, sir. So what I will be doing now, sir, I will be placing a DNR. I will be placing a non-compliant down here on file, sir, and we'll be disconnecting this call and transferring it over to the apprehension division.
Well, I'm not complying. I'm just seeking advisory for the action I should take
Sir, once you
regarding.
do get down here, Mr. Taylor, you can't contact whoever you do need to
And
contact. Do you
maybe
understand that? I never said that you cannot contact your
yeah,
attorney to inform us, sir. I just need for you
say
to state
that.
over the line that you are that you are coming down here or that you are posting your citation placed on a frozen status so you can't stay among the population, sir. Because you are moving among the population, Mr. Taylor, with this open citation. If you were to get pulled over by any law enforcement officer, sir, they will be taking you into custody. Do you understand that, sir?
What myself in anyway?
Excuse me, sir.
I'm me turning myself in and them bringing me down is the same thing. I'm being put under custody either way.
10-4, sir. And so are
And
you
then
stating, Mr. Taylor, are you stating that you do want to proceed with the criminal procedure? Is that what you're stating over the line, sir?
what is criminal?
The
What,
criminal
what
procedure, if you turn yourself into our custody, I just informed you that the civil procedure is you placing your warrant on a frozen status so you can't be among the population until further court date or notification that you were not informed of that court appearance, sir. So essentially you
right.
can place your bond on a frozen status, sir, so that you can't stay among the population. If you choose not to, sir, then you can come here and turn yourself in. That's the option I did give you, Mr. Taylor.
Oh, what's the latest I could be there? Because I'm driving from another. This is
Sir,
ridiculous.
that's what I stated to you, Mr. Taylor. So essentially, if you are choosing to undergo the civil procedure, that'll be an in-cash, in-person, sir. You will have to undergo the three-step bonding procedure. So step one, that'll be you undergoing your bond amount, you undergoing that $4,000 in a cash sum, sir. Step two will be you undergoing the U.S. Marshal District Attorney a retailer, so you can place your citation on a frozen stack. Step three will be you coming down here. But due to the fact that you stated that you're not able to come down here today to undergo this signature analysis procedure, once you have placed your warrant on a frozen static, we will postpone that this signature analysis until we can get you down here.
Right. And what was that you were telling me about, $2,000 or $4,000?
10-4. So your citation, you do have an FTA, which is failure to appear in the contempt of court. So both of these do come with a retainer amount of 2,000. So you would have to pay a substantial amount of 4,000, sir. That'll be a cash amount, to freeze these citations, so you can't stay among the population, sir.
Right. I mean, jail is jail. Among population or in holding, I'm locked up. I have
No,
there's
sir.
no issue.
Population, it means you're outside of jail, that you will not be taken into custody. Once you freeze your citation, you will not be taken to custody. And once you do undergo that signature procedure and it show that was not your signature, you will be receiving your bond amount back in a cashier check before you leave the sheriff department today, sir. There's two options that I have, inform you, sir. Option A will be criminal procedure, you turning yourself into our custody, or option B, sir.